Hey, shalom, shalom, Akim. First and foremost, before I begin this lesson, I would like to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahawah, Bahashem, YAHAWASHI, Bahashem, Recha Kodash, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Barakatah Yahawah, Barakatah Yahawashi, Bahashem, Recha Kodash, Barakatam, and the water, Yahawah, Bahashem, Yahawashi for the spirit and truth. And as always, double honors goes to my apostles and head elders of Great Millstone out in New York. They taught me this truth through the spirit, and they do real well. Yahawah Shabbat. And as always, salutations to the YAHAWASHI across the four corners of the earth that's teaching his truth, laboring in sincerity, faith, and honesty, pushing the doctrine of Yahawashi and holiness, man, and integrity. All right, and standing stiffly for the names of Yahawashi, watching the signs, prophesying, being a watchman. All right, and leader, man, you know, and being in order and obedience. All right, shalom, brakathum to you, Akim, man. All right, and I'm my fellow servant, Kwame Yashala here in GMS Tampa Bay 12 through the spirit and power of Yahawashi, back with another lesson. Lord's will, making this quick, straight to the point. All right, and as you can see, the title is Forget Not the Words of Thy Enemy, or Forget Not the Voice of Thy Enemy, which is a quote from Psalm 74, all right, which is starting at 18, which we're going to read. All right, going into the prayers, all right, that King David put up. One of the prayers that King David put up against you Edomites, man. All right, you so-called white people out here across the four corners of the earth, the chief of you nations. All right, and this is why King David had a perpetual hatred, all right, for the nation of Edom, Esau, all right, okay, and he said, I hate them that hate thee. See, the Lord has the enemies, man. Yeah, we got enemies, but we the Lord's people, but these are the enemies of the Lord, all right. Why is that? Because this is his word. They're against his word and his doings, man. We're just the executioners, you see. Yahawashi, the angels, we're all ministries, man, okay. We're the ones that's going to actually partake, Lord's will, I'll be part of that number, actually partake in executing the judgment that is written therein. All right, for the time is at hand. That's in the book of Psalms 149. All right, the punishment, all right, that is required of when you go against the words of Yahawashi and you hurt unjustly his people in the earth itself, man, because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. All right, but here it is. You have these Edomites. They can't get no sleep until they have done wrong, and that's in the book of Psalms. Proverbs. All right, they cannot sleep until they have done mischief, okay? All right, and here it is. All right, they hold particular councils, all right, and summits, all right, and they look down on you Jakes, man. They look down on you Negroes, Latino, American Indians, so-called, because you are the biblical Hebrew Israelites, man. All right, and when you read in these Psalms, all right, when you read in these Psalms against the enemy, you got to actually meditate on how the Lord said. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick before I actually take off on that. That's the spirit. And I'm just going through the spirit and power of Yahawashi, whatever he wants me to bring up, which I have a few things, all right, but the spirit take over, all right, just like right now, all right, because the Lord is actually answering the prayers of the saints, man. All right, when we put up these prayers, the Lord said he is nigh nigh unto them that is broken of a contrite spirit, that feareth and tremble at his word. Those prayers are being answered when brothers putting prayers up. All right, and I'm gonna bring out a precept that's actually going to prove that, because this is why the Lord was dealing with David. All right, not only was he a king, but he was a humble king, man. All right, he always knew that when certain things happened, that it was because the Lord Yahawashi did it. Just like when he had committed adultery, all right, and it was a particular person that was actually throwing stones. I think it was throwing stones at him. All right, and you had one of his mighty men say, look, man, David, at your word, let his life be required. Let me go out and slay this man. Hey, man, King David ain't had to move, bro. He wanted to move. He just wanted to do that for the Lord. You know, he wanted to do that for the Lord, man. But he ain't had to do that, man. He had men rocking with him on that level, man. Mighty man. And guess what? Them men here today. But not to take away from the story, all right, or the passage, or the lesson, if you will, or the epistle, you know. All right, here it is. King David said, no, let him. The Lord is doing that. The Lord is doing this to me, man. So King David knew, and that man was calling him out. But King David knew it was the spirit of Yahawashi that was on that man to curse his ass out, man, because he went off, man. So that was a sign of humble. So that's why the Lord humbled King David. Why? Because King David was a man of the Most High's heart. But guess what? His prayers were being answered too, man. And he was an example, as it is written aforetime for our learning, right? He is an example of who we are, man. going to hell off, always going off. But guess what? In the sincerity of your mind, you place repentance, all right, first in your mind, and you move with that, man. To the best of your ability, you rehearse the righteous acts. Don't never forget that. And the Lord is unrighteous. The Lord is not unrighteous to forget that, man. Okay? This is Tobit. Slock it. Damn, what was this there? All right, here we go. This is Tobit chapter 12, verse 15. All right? And it says, I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels, which present the prayers of the saints. All right, so I'm gonna read this again, because for you younger, I can meditate on this, man. Why we should be putting up more prayers? Why in our spare time when we meditating? All right, you should be meditating and asking YAHAWASHI to actually Shalak Rayam, Wama Shapatyan, YAHAWASHI, Malakwath Adawam. All right, send evils. All right, in judgment against the ungodly kingdom of Esau. All right. Okay, Idumea, if you will. All right, these Edomites. All right, why Shalak Barakim, why Kasadium, Laha Bakharim, Shayasha'ala, send blessings and mercies to the elect of Israel. You know, certain things just like that, and you don't even know that that has a lot of power in it, because the Lord is actually doing these things every day, and we're reading about that. Why? Because you have particular angels that are taking these prayers up to the Most High and answering it, and this is why I'm going into Psalm 74 and 18. All right, because the Lord is remembering the prayers that righteous men have put up against ungodly men, okay, against the nation of Edom, against the wicked, the 2/3 of our people, and ultimately for the salvation and the mercy of the elect. These are what are in those prayers, okay, and these are coming to pass. All right, that's why the title says, "Forget not the voice of your enemies, man. Forget not the voice of thine enemies." Okay, because that was a prayer that was put up to not forget. And the Lord do not forget. The Lord don't forget nothing, man. Everything is remembered and required of YAHAWASHI. Tobit chapter 12, verse 15. I am Raphael, one of the 7 holy angels, which present the prayers of the saints, and which go in and out before the glory of the Holy One, man. So here it is. You have a top angel, one of the 7 holy angels that present the prayers of the saints, man. They go in and out before the glory of the Holy One, man. Who is that Holy One? YAHAWASHI, the Holy One of Israel, man. All right? That put a separated spirit on us, as it is written, be ye sacred, be ye holy, for I am holy. The word holy means sacred. The word sacred means separated. So who put a sacred spirit on us, a holy spirit on us, to be diligent and on fire for his word? He's nigh unto us, man. He's answering our prayers. Okay? He's dealing with us, man. All right? From the greatest to the least. And this is what's going on. And this is why they are scared. Because you can't touch this kingdom, man. You see, because this is, I'm sorry, here it is. You can't touch the building of this temple. All right? Because previous times that the temple was wrapped. All right? You ran in there, you ransacked it. All right? Our goal, our whole nationality is taken from us, man. All we have is faith, hope, and relying on the prophecies, man. Everything that belongs to us is hidden and lied on. Okay? And it's coveted. All right? The temple was ransacked, but now it's a spiritual temple, lively stones. And the chief cornerstone, the finisher and the author of our faith, the author and finisher of our faith, YAHAWASHI, is coming back, man. So ain't nothing you can do. You can't do nothing this time, bro. Because we coming back into that mind state, man. That holy, that sacred mind state. That immortal mind state, man. No, and these nations are afraid. The scriptures say when we stood upon our feet, fear fell upon them. You people are afraid, man. But guess what? This is just the beginning. Okay? Because it's going to get way worse out here for you. All right? Okay? The punishment of our iniquity is accomplished. He will visit your iniquities, O daughter of Edom, man. Okay? Okay, so now let's go to Psalms chapter 74, verse 18. And it says, remember this, that the enemy have reproached, O YAHAWASHI, and that the foolish people have blasphemed thy name. All right? And that the foolish people have blasphemed thy name. Who is the foolish people? Who is the basis of man? Who is the children ruling over us? Who is the wicked that the Bible speaks of? Who is the devil that the Bible speaks of? Okay? Hey, who was the curse put on? On all nations. Here it is. No other nation looks like you, my man. You know, unless you have confusion of face. But no other nation look like this, man. He has a particular mark on him, man. Okay? That show you through the spirit that this is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. A curse is on this man. You see? And he has been running for a long time. All right? He has been running from his sentence for a long time. You remember them old slavery movies, Jake be hauling ass, man. You know, trying to, you know, escape that, which the spirit was on these particular Edomites to come and get you, man. You know, but Jake was trying to get the hell up out of there, man. All right? Okay? But now here it is, the tables is turning. Deuteronomy 30:7. You the one that's running scot-free this whole time. This whole time you the one doing all the running. All we had to do was what? Come back into the power, come back into the understanding, obedience of YAHAWASHI. And the Lord said he will heal his land. He will heal Jerusalem, which is a people before us a place. That incurable disease, man. You know? That stiff-necked, hard-headed, rebellious spirit is taken off of the elect. Why? Because grace and mercy is to his saints, and he have care for his elect, man. You know? Psalm 74, verse 18. Remember this, that the enemy have reproached, O YAHAWASHI, and that the foolish people have blasphemed thy name. Right. Edom has blasphemed the name of YAHAWASHI. In any way, aspect you can present, imagine, he has did it against YAHAWASHI. From the back of your dollar bill, where it says, "In God we trust," all right? From the swearing on the Bible and inaugurating the president, from the summits against the children of Israel, for his eyes being privily upon the poor, for treating the poor as they are nothing, from the chemtrails in the air, from the genetically modified organisms in the food, from the fluoride in the water, all right, from the tampering of the minds of the Hebrew Israelites, the destruction of the minds, and you think sorry is just going to heal us? Like Elder Apostle Rumlob said, you Edomites are fucking delusional, man. No, the scriptures tell you blood is required, man. Thou shalt not defile the land, for the land must be cleansed by the blood of him that shedded it. So that's why the scriptures say the patience and the faith of the saints is to what? Wait on YAHAWASHI to actually lift up the judges of the earth. And that's what he's doing. The prayers of the saints is being answered, man. Who is one of the top saints? King David. Okay, ultimately YAHAWASHI. But King David, he put up prayers, all right, for the elect. Okay? And he was a man after the Most High heart. You think he just forgot about, man? Okay? All right, to you, Akim. All right? Psalm 74, verse 19. Oh, deliver not the soul of thy turtle dove unto the multitude of the wicked. Forget not the congregation of thy poor forever, right? So the scripture say, forget not the congregation of the poor, man. All right, and this is what YAHAWASHI is doing. He is not forgetting about the poor. He is not forgetting about all the sacrifices brothers have made to actually be more in the spirit. You know, he has not forgotten about all the things that brothers have done, all right, to spreading the gospel, man. Okay? YAHAWASHI has not forgotten about that, man. Okay, he has not forgotten about all the things you have done just so you can make it to camp. All right? Just so you can get this understanding, man. You know, because he made it very hard in this time, because the scriptures do tell you to bear the cross, bear the indignation of the Lord, but give diligence, you know, to make that call and election sure. But what? You took the opportunity, all right, to want to study, all right, to want to go into the scriptures, to want to be in the prophecies. And the Lord YAHAWASHI is looking down on that, man, right now as we speak, on particular souls out here, man. Okay? Being of the house of Israel, you so-called Negro, Latino, American Indians, which consists of you so-called, so-called Negro, Latino, American Indians, man. You are the Hebrew Israelites, man. All right? And the Lord is looking down on elect souls. All right? verse 20, it says, have respect unto the covenant, right? In the Most High YAHAWASHI is honoring his covenant, man. You know, because the scriptures tell you his word shall not go out of his mouth void. And the Lord said in Habakkuk, the 2nd chapter, at the end it shall speak. At the end, what is speaking? The prophecies are speaking, man. You know? All right, Ezekiel, what's that, 37? The valley of dry bones, the exceeding great army. Psalms 50 and 5, it says, gather my saints together. And it also said, I will set them in order before thine eyes, you know. Okay, the waking up of the masses of the people. Why? Because St. Matthew 24 says, he shall gather his elect. He shall gather his elect from the four corners of the earth. And that's what's going on right now as we speak. All right. Verse 21, it says, verse 20, have respect unto the covenant, right? So we're going to have the laws in our mind, man. We're going to be perfect. We're going to be righteous. As it is written, be ye perfect, for your heavenly Father is perfect. We're actually going to experience being perfect, man. All right? And Esau, Edom don't want us to be perfect, man. All right? And it reads, for the dark places of the earth are full of the habitations of cruelty, right? The habitations of cruelty, man. Cruel. Everything around the earth is just gotten by, riches gotten by deceit. All right? Okay, lies, slanderism, covetousness. All right? Betrayal, hatred, fornication, adultery. All these certain things that come with the rulership of Esau, Edom. You see? It says, oh, let not the oppressed return to shame. Let the poor and needy praise thy name. Right? So let not the oppressed turn to shame. And we're not turning ashamed, man. Because this is the last time you're actually going to see men standing up on the four corners of the earth, teaching the gospel of YAHAWASHI and the words of YAHAWASHI concerning prophecy, concerning things that were actually going to happen, man. All right? This is the last time you're going to ever see that, man. Okay? Because after this, guess what? Salvation coming, man. All right? And it says, remember how the foolish, let the poor and needy praise thy name. And that's what we do. And the saints of the Most High shall praise thy holy name. You know, and the elect shall praise his holy name. And also in the book of Revelations, it says, have not the Most High, what's that? No, that's James. But it says in Revelations 2, I know thy poverty, but thou art rich in spirit. Who rich in the spirit? The elect. Because their treasures are laid up in heaven, man. You know, they sought out that perfect connection with YAHAWASHI through the Spirit. You know, to the best of their ability. With all they got, all they're getting, they sought understanding. They sought wisdom, knowledge, understanding. They obtained it, and they hold on to it daily to the end of their faith, to the end of YAHAWASHI returning, which was the beginning of us being established, man. You see, in the end of wicked rulership. The end of a habitation ruled of cruelty, man. You see? The end of Esau, Edom ruling the earth and destroying everything on the planet Earth. You know? Psalm 74, verse 22, it says, arise, O power, YAHAWASHI, plead thine own cause. Yeah, plead thy own cause. Plead thy own cause. The Lord did this, man. Because the scriptures tell you he ruleth in the kingdom of men. The scriptures tell you not a sparrow falling from the sky unless it be sanctioned from the Lord. Hey, the scriptures tell you he's a man of war. So when these things are popping off, guess who's there in the spirit? He's in the midst thereof every day, right? So guess who's there? YAHAWASHI. So plead thy cause, you know, the cause of having these heathens over us. You know, why? Because our punishment is accomplished. You know, so the Lord put a fiery spirit on his ministers, on his saints, the prophets. All right, Lord's will, the hopeful elect, you know, the hopeful elect, to what prophesied the coming of his return, man. All right. His ultimate visitation, which is a showing up physically, all right, with the chariots, the ultimate fathership, if you will, that you see in the movie Independence Day. All right, that's going to shake the minds of you people out here, man. It's going to bug you out. But the scriptures say, be not dismayed at the signs in heaven, for this is our salvation. We actually going to escape the destruction in those certain vehicles, man. That you call aliens and UFOs, but actually to the scriptures, they're angels and they're chariots of the Most High. What you call aliens and UFOs are actually chariots and angels, man. All right, and that's our salvation in your destruction. That's why the scriptures say, "Be not dismayed." But you got Jake saying, "Shoot at that," you know. Verse 22, "Arise, O the Most High, YAHAWASHI, plead thine own cause. Remember how the foolish man reproached thee daily." So daily Esau Edom is bugging up against YAHAWASHI. Daily he trying to magnify himself, O the Lord, as it is written in Isaiah 14. He wants to establish his throne above the Lord, man, and saying he is God. But the scriptures tell you the fool have said in his heart, there is no God. Why? Because Esau is the ultimate state of carnality. All right, that's why he's coming into the fruition of his blessing, man. That's why he's actually going to try to come down with great wrath, all right, and try to have everybody RFID chip with mark of the beast chipped, all right, because when he's about to fill his belly, because his new world order, he think he has a plan, all right, but guess what? You are in the plans of YAHAWASHI to be ultimately overcame, to be ultimately upset. And matter of fact, let's get that in the book of Psalms, chapter 10, verse 2. "The wicked in his pride do persecute the poor. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined." So what? That's another prayer. Let them be taken in the devices that they have imagined. And that's what's going to happen according to Job 19. Job said the same thing, man. Job 18. He said, "Terror shall make him afraid." Why? Because the scriptures say, "Hast thou not known from the beginning that the triumphant, all right, the supreme rulership, all right, the glory of wickedness is but for a moment?" Since the beginning, that's why we have records in the scriptures backed up by the history of certain kings that actually lived on the planet Earth. All right, they had a short rulership, but where they at today? But guess who's still living? YAHAWASHI. That's why he ruled in the kingdom of men. All right. So last precept, we're going to close out. It says, "Forget not the voice of thine enemies, the tumult of those that rise up against thee, increaseth continually," man. It says, "increaseth continually." Read that again. Psalm 74 and 23. "Forget not the voice of thy enemies," right? Forget not the voice of thy enemies. Every day that go past, guess who's talking down on you? So-called Negro, Latino, Native American Indians, without you even knowing. And this is why you don't know, because you walk around the planet Earth thinking that these things are not happening, but they're actually happening subconsciously, and you don't even know it, man. Spiritually being passed out as enchantments, being thrown out by witchcraft and wickedness, man. Spread it over you, man. From your father, your mother, all right, to your children, all right, to your loved ones, all right, to your boss, your supervisor, all right, your co-workers. They're all getting that download or that influence of that wicked enchantment of being over you jakes. Okay? But only the elect were going to fight out of that mind state of a destructive mind state, man, of failure mentality, and actually fight for immortal mindset, man. You know? Through the spirit and power of YAHAWASHI. That's the only way they were going to make it through. And that's the only way they're going to make it through, man. As it is written, he that give his mind over to the law. All right? Finishing off, it says, forget not the voice of thine enemies, the tumult of those that rise up against thee increaseth continually, man. All right? So guess what? The Lord said, King David said, forget not the voice of the enemy, man. And the Lord is not forgetting, man. The prophecies, the RFID chip, all right, it's made for his destruction of his kingdom. Because you're actually going to have a lot of people that's going to take the chip. You have a lot of people that rebel against the chip in the times we're coming into. Then you're going to have these the thermonuclear missiles being shot off. All right. Okay, according to all the scriptures, Isaiah 34, 2nd Ezra, all right, you name it, man. 2nd Ezra 15, the insurrection of man, that's in 2nd Ezra 16. But what? The scriptures tell you that we are to measure the time diligently. So you have these certain things popping off across the four corners of the earth, because this is the remembrance of YAHAWASHI, remembering that covenant, having respect to that covenant, having respect to what he said he was going to do, having respect to this word that we hold dearly with our life. You know? So at that, Mawaf Lababal, and call me Shalom, man. Shalom.